Hi Taurus, this is your January 2018 reading with me, Tarot to Recovery. I'm sorry it's a little bit late, but I had the flu for all of Christmas, so I was quite sick and my voice was not there at all. So I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year. Don't forget to check out your moon and rising sign for further messages, but this is for Taurus, Taurus moon, Taurus rising, and for anyone spying or sneaking a spy on a Taurus person. It happens. So messages for Taurus, January 2018, love and life messages for Taurus, January 2018, love messages for Taurus, January 2018. So this just flipped out at me, Taurus. So this is a romantic proposal of sorts. It can be an actual engagement. It can be someone asking you out on a date. It can be taking the next step in a romantic relationship. Or it can be that you are interested in a water sign or someone who's quite poetic and sweet. It could be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. So let's see, 2018 January messages for Taurus. Eight of Pentacles, crossed by the Page of Pentacles. Interestingly, it feels like what's crossing you is quite similar to what you're actually going through. So I feel like some of you have gone back to university, or some of you have started a new job that requires you to do a lot of training, a lot of learning, or this can be personal growth. And the Page of Pentacles, I feel in this sense, represents you as you're an earth sign. So I feel like it could be habits instilled within you from childhood, or the more childlike nature that you have, your inner child. It's almost like maybe some of you are wondering, can you treat yourself a bit better? Can you treat yourself like you're treating your inner child? Maybe you're finding old habits die hard in work. Six of Swords, Five of Swords. Okay, so there may have been disagreements in the last few months, possibly in December. I would say as recently as December there have been disagreements, there have been battles over something. There's definitely been battles, yes. Five of Wands, arguments, bickering. Who have you been bickering with, Taurus? The High Priestess in your immediate future. So Taurus, I feel like whatever, excuse me, is going to come up in this reading, I think you're going to have an intuitive knowing of what is right and what is wrong for you. You're going to be able to trust your intuition this month. I feel like your intuition is actually going to be very strong. It could be the heightened energy of the Cancer full moon, which just occurred last night. Okay, so we have two queens here. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups. I think some of you are really cutting out the BS that's been going on in your life. I feel like if you've been holding yourself back through your own negative perceptions of yourself or negative perceptions of others, I think you're going to start cutting through and really thinking mentally about what you want. I can see you going with your head, which is interesting because this came up for, I think it was Scorpio, where you're learning how to think more with a rational, clear mind, which is interesting with the High Priestess because it feels like you're going to be the person this month that everyone comes to for advice, Taurus. I feel like you're going to have the answers. Whatever it is, I feel like you're going to be the person that has all the answers in a situation and the know-how. So possibly at work, if there's been disagreements between colleagues, if there's been disagreements on where to move a business or what direction to take, I think you're going to be the person in the know. I think you're going to be a respected voice, and I feel like you are going to be the person who actually keeps a cool head in this situation that you're going to be affronted with, possibly at work. Similarly, if there's been family disagreements, I can really see you being the voice of reason. just a note we have underneath the Four of Pentacles. So you may be feeling a little bit pinched for cash financially, which is normal in January. I think a lot of people are right there with you. You may be worried about spending money. Seven of Swords. So for some of you, if it's not a relationship, if it's not money that you've been holding on to, it could be a relationship where you were possibly cheated on and you're having trouble letting that go. Sorry. My cough is still there. Some of you may be having trouble letting that go and instead be deciding to go down a single route. This is just for some of you. And this is just messages so far. We're going to go around this a couple more times to clarify. But I can see you possibly dating and being a lot more particular about the type of person you let into your life. You know, it's almost like you have a checklist, and as soon as someone raises a red flag, you're like, no, gone. Which is a great attitude to have, Taurus. It's a great way to start the year. I feel like your tolerance for nonsense is not there, Taurus. Messages, January 2018. Messages, January 2018 for Taurus. Taurus, messages, January 2018. Ace of Wands, Page of Cups. So there's someone in your life that you have a very strong chemistry with, like a great physical attraction, but you're wondering if their romantic intentions are innocent or noble, is what I'm getting. I feel like you're not so sure about them. Seven of Cups. Maybe you were with someone in the past that did treat you like an option and you gave so much and they took so much, but you never felt reciprocation. For some of you that were in a long-term relationship where you were, because cheating has come up again, so this is for the past energy. For some of you that were in a relationship where you were cheated on, I feel like there's a battle going on about it. So maybe you were in a marriage where this happened, maybe it was a long-term partnership, but they're still debating of it. I feel like it could be someone who is protesting their innocence and it's causing a lot of arguments, or it could be that you're with someone and you suspect, but they argue that they haven't, but you're not sure. And I feel like you're gonna trust your intuition. So I feel like the term "the devil is in the detail" is coming up, Taurus. So I feel like for some of you, maybe you were involved with a Capricorn or a Scorpio person, and you're really gonna have to trust your intuition on this. But some of you may also have been in relationships where the person was addictive. Maybe you were addicted to the relationship. Maybe they had addictions. Maybe you had addictions. But it's going to come back at you this month, I feel. And you're really going to have to trust your gut on this person. If you have a really bad gut feeling on somebody, just don't ignore it. This doesn't have to be romantic. This can be in your workplace. This can be in your family. This can be anywhere. If you just have a strange feeling about somebody that you can't quite put your finger on, but you suspect they might be a bit dark and a bit dangerous, I would caution that person, because they might actually do a lot of damage. You may, some of you may have a child that's a fire sign, or you may be having a few issues with a child. This is just for you that have children. There can be disagreements over a child. Empress and the Sun. So this is one of those readings, Taurus, where your outcome is so positive, but what you have to go through to get there may seem a bit turbulent, or it may seem like a bit of a trial, or you may feel like it's been a long journey. But certainly by the end of the month, whatever issues you're facing, you're going to be blessed with the energy of the Sun, which is all about optimism and positivity and good news and abundance and feeling carefree. So I feel like this month you're going to have a lot of carefree times. And I think you're going to get there by simply cutting out the energy that is holding you down. So it's like weeding out the bad to make way for the good. I do feel like some of you may actually have had a situation where you were really badly betrayed. And I feel like this came up for Taurus in December, but the energy is coming around. You had that toxic relationship or a toxic friend or something, but this is the month where you really weed it out. I feel like you're weeding out this negativity, and the only way to instill more positivity in your life is to pay attention and focus on the things that you have going through which are so strong, because there's going to be a lot that you can be grateful for this month, Taurus. And I really see you making your own sunshine. I'm going to go around this again to get some clarifying messages. But certainly if some of you, this probably won't apply to all of you, but it may apply to a select few. Some of you that are dealing with child issues, so if maybe the care of a child has been taken into question, or you're making decisions on schooling and things, I would say listen to the child, because it just looks to me like they might get a bit defensive, and that won't help communication. So I feel like if you have a child in a situation that requires help or anything, I feel like talking it through with the child is probably the best thing you can do. So messages for Taurus, January 2018. Messages for Taurus, January 2018. Messages for Taurus 2018. Messages for Taurus 2018. The Two of Cups, crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, Taurus, I think some of you could be interested in another earth sign and you're having early days, but because you did have your heart broken in the past, you are really reconsidering this person. Because I feel very strongly like a lot of you put so much of your effort and your heart and your emotion into a relationship that had failed and that was bound to fail. I think you knew at the time it was probably not going to work because you had suspicions, but I feel like you put so much into it that you're that drained by it that you're not really 100% willing to commit to this person that sort of appeared. I feel for some of you there is an offer, and I do feel like it could be from another earth sign, but it also could be that you are getting in your own way in terms of it. And I actually think from the cards that the person who may reappear is an ex. The Six of Cups usually means, well, not always, but it can mean the return of an ex-lover. And with the Devil here, I feel like it's you're paying too much attention to the person that wronged you in the past, that you're withholding yourself from the people that are actually offering you something or will offer you something. Yeah, I feel like you could also have a water sign admirer, as he popped out earlier. You could also have a fire sign admirer, Taurus. I actually feel like you're going to be very in your element this month with the Empress here, which is a Venus ruled card, which is your ruler. I really suspect that you're going to have a lot of charm and charisma and people are going to be really drawn to you, but I feel like you're carrying baggage that doesn't need to be carried. You're definitely going to get a lot of invitations to parties. If you get a lot of invitations to events, even though it's January and it's quite quiet, I suggest you go, because I feel like it'll be a great chance for you to network and meet people. You might meet a fire sign that you're really drawn to. Or you could be thinking at the moment of a fire sign that you're drawn to who's quite drawn to you, but you're also a bit defensive around them, you're a bit uncertain, you're not sure which way to go. But the Fool is the overall outcome card, which means you're going to be starting afresh, Taurus. I really feel like this month for you is all about weeding out the past that hasn't worked, weeding out the bad feelings you have towards the past that are holding you back, and really starting afresh and thinking, do you know what, this is my life, it's my control. I can't let someone from the past dictate how I feel about myself and how I feel about relationships. feel like that's exactly what's going to happen. I think you're starting a new Taurus. I feel like this is going to be a brand new year for you, and you're really seeing it as the opportunity that it is. And the full moon that just occurred was the brightest moon of the year. It was in Cancer, which is your third house of communications. So this is going to be a great month to communicate and to really get some mental clarity. The Queen of Swords in the outcome position really suggests to me that you're taking control mentally, and you've got this. Like, you've got this focus, you've got this drive. And you're going to know what you want for life, from life, and just go for it, Taurus. And I feel like if you have to briefly revisit the past, but do so in a way that you know for a fact that in future you can trust your intuition, and you'll listen to it, and you'll know when someone seems a little bit dodgy, they probably is something there. If your gut feeling is that strong, I think you'll know, and you'll reminisce about the past. So if someone does remind you of an ex-lover, I would I would probably steer clear. If you have a chance to reunite with an ex that was just a waster, that was just useless, I wouldn't do that at all. I'm thinking this month for you, Taurus, is about weeding out the things that aren't working, concentrating on what is working, seeing the positive. And by seeing the positive, I feel like you're just going to draw out this amazing energy that just fills you with sunshine and just fills you with optimism. And once you do that, I feel like all these love offers start coming in. It's almost like you start the month, you're revisiting the past, you're a little bit sketchy about something, you're feeling a little bit off, and then all of a sudden you just get out there and you just weed out the bad stuff and make way for all the great stuff that's about to come to you this year, Taurus. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you want to check out your moon or rising sign, feel free to do so, and please like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks, Taurus. Bye.